Hey everybody.
Greetings.
Hello.
Hey everybody.
Oh gosh, my
Oh
phone
no,
screwed up.
don't. Oh, I thought that was me.
No, it was me. Sorry.
All good.
We sound good on my phone at least, so no need
Good
to
to
fiddle with
know.
the audio there.
Yeah.
I like your new Twitch icon.
Thank you, thank you. I had a fun time editing it.
Is that a Wizard 101 hat?
No, it's
Okay.
RuneScape.
Oh, amazing.
I
I need to play
believe.
RuneScape.
Let me double.
Wait, is it Rune Escape or RuneScape? The spelling always wakes me out. I think it's RuneScape, right?
RuneScape.
Right.
Escape of runes.
Escape room.
Don't escape. 2.
Alright.
Yeah. We
In
got.
case anyone wasn't clear, what we just did was a joke. So if you should laugh, if you feel so inclined to laugh at that funny bit we just did, haha.
There we go. I put a lull in chat.
Thank you.
We're very funny.
We're comedians.
We got chapter 13 and hopefully 14 because I want to meet a clown.
I like how that clown smile looks. It's very fun.
He's good. I like him. But first, volume 13 of Fate, Fortune, and Fashion.
Ooh. Interesting.
Blah, blah, blah. Friendship. Blah. Good intro. Good intro.
Yeah.
So we got Boulder and Stelsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like these folks. I'll take Stelsa. Craig, you go first.
Okay.
Time to make a short friend.
That's what I said right before becoming friends with you.
Damn.
That's what I said before making friends with both of you.
Excuse me, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
How
Sure,
tall are you?
He's like, aren't you like 5'8", 5'9"? 5'8", 5'9", 5'8", probably.
What the fuck,
Yeah.
dude?
If you are 5'9", I just stole an inch from you.
No, my inches.
Powerful.
I would also like a spare inch, please.
We'll rob him blindly, yeah?
Yeah. You just
Knock off
aren't.
his glass. Sorry.
All good. You just aren't feeling it today. You're getting more and more of these gray nights recently. Nights where the call of the streets, that infinite ramble for companionship, just sounds exhausting and meaningless. You had days like this back on Earth, too, when getting out of bed just didn't seem worth it. Yeah. Sun is just beginning to slip under the horizon, and usually this would be the sign to rise and shine, or rise and dark. But all you've managed to do so far this evening is make yourself some coffee. You recently mentioned to Tagora that you drink instant, and he was so disgusted that he gave you a coffee machine. He claimed it was an old one he doesn't use anymore, but it still had the price tag on it.
Cute.
Aw. On the table sits a palm husk Connell had taken off a dead kid especially for you, and cradled in your hand is a mug Skyla sent. Aw, it looks like she painted it herself. There's a white blob on one side that you think is supposed to be Lady.
Cute. This
It's
is a cute scene.
precious.
Yeah.
You're even wearing the hoodie Mallet gave you to cut the evening chill.
Wow, this is just nice.
Yeah.
I mean, our mood is apparently not great, but
Yeah.
like we're surrounded in things our friends gave us. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Here you are all wrapped up in the warm embraces of your friend's goodwill, safe and sound, but deep inside you festers something. A gnawing existential dissatisfaction. That classic angst the philosophers wrote about. Your,
Ah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute, sorry.
Your palm husk chimes and you pick it up lazily. What, another rando trying to slide into your DMs? Sorry, folks. You just don't have time for that anymore. You're a friendship connoisseur, a sommelier of the rarest of amicable vintages. You unlock the screen to find a message.
Psst, I'm not certain this line is secure. Actually, I'm positive it isn't, but I'm risking contact because it's imperative that we speak. I'm sending you the rendezvous coordinates.
Ooh, this is fun.
Yeah.
Nice music.
Yeah, this song is. Oops, sorry. I like this song. Pretty
Yeah.
good so far.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind coming anytime after the sun has set. Psst, I realize this is unorthodox, but please believe me when I tell you this is not a trick or a trap.
Uh-huh.
I have important information regarding your place on Alternia.
You attempt to reply to the message, but there isn't a cursor or anywhere to input text. In fact, there doesn't even appear to be a messenger app open on your phone. It's just a random text box floating in the void. Only contact me this way from now on. You barely have a chance to read it all the way through before it vanishes and Goregal Maps opens with an address already programmed in. It's close enough to walk to, which is great, because using your stolen scuttle buggy still makes you a little nervous. You swallow the rest of your coffee and grab your shoes. Your GPS leads you to a shop you recognize. It's the cafe from your weird sort of date with Linera. It's not too crowded at this time of day. The usual studying crowd doesn't appear to be here. A couple trolls are sitting around sharing pots of tea. Oh boy.
Okay.
Alright, I guess. My turn.
Yeah.
Fool. Fucking idiot. I explicitly stated I wanted essence of Dayglow, not whatever this garbage is.
Oh, you know this person. It really has been a minute, hasn't it? Ardata
She's been
stands in front of the counter, shouting at the cash register. Whatever automated system runs this shop has apparently gotten her order wrong.
What are you looking at? This is absolutely none of your... Oh. It's you.
Ardata swiftly covers up her surprise, examining a sharp, perfectly shaped nail.
Hey, you guys want to know what took me too long to realize?
Huh.
The reason she puts 3 eyes is because she has 3 eyes.
Yeah.
Took me too long.
You look different. Hold on, I'm gonna check the stream audio off real quick. I need to
Okay. I'm
I-
gonna talk.
Whoa, we're talking.
Whoa, talking, so that we can hear the audio checks. Love
What
that.
did the chicken say when they chickened?
Oh no, what did the chicken say?
Fuck!
Fuck you.
Guys, that was a very funny comedy bit.
I'm glad. Better?
Not exaggerate. I'm actually doing what she's doing with her hands to get the feeling. I simply meant you look less like toxic waste and more like run-of-the-grain grinder garbage. Okay.
You tell Ardata that it's good to see her too. Man, this really takes you back. You'd been so simple back then, so unevolved. You were laser focused on a single desire, friendship. Now, well, you still like friends, you really do. But you also have, like, a car and a sweatshirt with somebody's sign on it. You've moved up in the world.
Fascinating.
Oh, by the way, is she the one who summoned you here?
Summoned? You? You must be joking. I haven't spared a single solitary thought for you since you dragged your wretched carcass out of my hive.
Absently, you push your hand into the pockets of your hoodie. Something crinkles between your fingers, and you pull out a folded piece of notebook paper. Okay, this definitely hadn't been in there when you left your hive. You passed a couple people in the street, but you definitely don't remember any of them getting close enough to slip something in your pocket. Huh. It only says 2 words. Outback. Steakhouse.
Steakhouse?
Lilia. Oh.
Oh man, should you go?
Oh, my. Um. You know, Ardana, this has been nice, but
It's been great seeing you, but I'm gonna walk
Yeah.
away
It's been
now.
great, but you were our first abusive friend, so see ya.
I'd rather not feature on your live streams again.
yeah.
We got our own streaming thing going on now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's be real here. If you were ever going to refuse a suspicious invitation, you would have done it by now. You would have drawn the line at vehicle theft, or murder church, or anime club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Anime Club.
You can't resist a social engagement. Your tragic flaw.
Okay, I guess. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks, we will.
Yeah.
Mm.
You head back through a beaded curtain, half expecting an alarm to ring. How do they keep people from just robbing stores here? Are there, like, lasers and shit? You emerge into a tidy little back garden. None of the plants here are ones you recognize from Earth, but it's still nice.
This is very pretty.
Yeah, I like this arc a lot. This friend.
Interesting.
You cross a bridge over a slow-flowing stream and find yourself looking down at a path that blooms into a tight, dizzying spiral. Maybe you're supposed to walk across it, and ponder your place in the universe?
Well, you're supposed to feel the power surging through you.
Yeah.
The spiral power.
Your contemplation would be inevitably cut off before it hit its climax because someone is sitting at the center of the spiral. She is a small, compact shape with her hair cut short and choppy around her chin, wearing a shapeless white dress, really more of a robe.
Oh, you're not wearing a hat. I was hoping for the hat.
Psst, I've been waiting for you. Thanks for coming.
She speaks in a stage whisper, low and full of air, but still loud enough to hear across the path. You pick your way carefully across the spiral, making sure not to mess up any of it, treading only inside the lines. The girl gives you a small, secretive smile.
My name's Boldier.
You sound like a dwarf. Like that name.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
You ask her if this is her garden. Does she live here? It's nice, but it's not exactly out of the elements. Actually, it looks like there's some storm clouds rolling in. You're probably going to get rain soon.
Oh yeah, my Raccoon's over there under that tree.
She smiles again, and you can't tell if she's messing around. In fact, she is entirely unreadable. Like her face is a totally reflective surface, and all you're seeing is the cloudy sky in the garden. Can't tell how she feels about you at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, her face is pretty blank.
Yeah.
She doesn't emote much. Or at least she doesn't let us see her emotions much.
Would you like to sit down?
Inside the circle, or... She looks around like she is only just realizing she is at the center of a complicated geometric pattern.
It doesn't matter. All I wanted to see if you would follow the path or trample through it. But you didn't either. You forged your own way while taking care to preserve that as which come before.
You ask her what that means.
Maybe nothing. I'm not sure.
The wind tosses her hair and the clouds chase each other across the sky. The rain comes, it will come soon. Boldir continues to look at you as you shift awkwardly and shiver, pushing your hands into your hoodie. This is different than any other friend meetup you've had, even with the others who purposefully sought you out. There's a serenity to Boldir that all the rest lack, or maybe that's just this zen as fuck garden getting to you. You try to remember what Boldir said to you in the message that she somehow managed to make appear on your phone and then immediately self-immolate. That she has some information for you about your place on Alternia or some shit like that.
Did I say that? Guess I did. I suppose I just wanted a chance to talk to you for a bit before the end. I was starting to feel a little, jealous, maybe?
Right. You guess everybody has been going on about the funny dumb alien robot who's been prowling the countryside.
No, that's not it. I'm sure you're very funny. I just wanted a chance to talk to you, someone who's adrift in the swell of fate in the whims of the paradox.
Funny, more like funny looking.
Boom.
Fucking singer. Paradox? You don't know anything about paradoxes. Well, you know what they are, you just don't see why they're relevant.
They aren't. Paradoxes aren't relevant by their very nature.
I feel like she knows too much. The way the story is taking place.
It's the essence of that nature that makes them so integral to this story.
You shake your head. You're not built for this cosmic stuff. You're just an orphan from Earth with quick fingers for spaceships, and apparently vehicles. Boldir gives you another sly smile.
Oh, quick fingers?
You blush. You hadn't meant that as a dirty joke or anything. Also, your fingers are nowhere near as quick as hers. She somehow got a piece of paper in your pocket while you were standing in a cafe and she was back here. That's like reverse pickpocketing through astral projection. Boldir laughs. She stands up and moves across the garden path, following the spiral so swiftly and efficiently that she might as well be floating. She drifts over to one of the trees, pulling a coat down from where it's slung over a branch. There's the hat. It covers her from chin to ankles, coming together to form an olive green symbol on her chest that looks like a question mark without the dot. A broad-brimmed hat finishes out the ensemble.
Spiral.
Well, I can't teach you astral projection, but pickpocketing is actually quite simple. Would you care to learn? Ideally, we need a third person to act as Mark, but I think we can make it work.
More crime, huh?
Crime.
I agree. I think it's crime time.
I guess it's crime time.
Let's do
Whoa,
crime.
would you look at the clock?
Damn it, I wish somehow we had stalled that so it was 4:20 when you said that. It's almost 4:20 and I could have made a very funny joke. I should have stalled
Dang, well, it's
stream.
4:20 now. Let's just redo that bit really quick.
Yeah.
So, it's crime time.
Whoa, would you look at the clock?
It's 4:20, baby! Yeah. Please laugh.
Don't worry, I'm laughing.
That was so fucking weak.
Leah.
This whole mess started with the theft of a spaceship, and if Boldir is right about all that fate horse shit, that was supposed to happen, so maybe you'll lean into it.
Perfect. The first and most important aspect of the art of pickpocketing is staying unobtrusive.
Think about mentioning that walking around in a great big coat and floppy hat is not the most unobtrusive thing you've ever seen, but you aren't the expert here.
Oh, Leo, can you disappear the text box real quick?
Yeah. Oh, wrong button. There we go.
Just wanted to check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to see the whole fit, sorry.
All good. Also, you're an alien, so you really don't have room to talk. Maybe you should get a big coat like that yourself. You just love ripping looks off all of your friends. Boldir takes you through the basics of criminal sleight of hand, and on the whole, you aren't too bad. In fact, you think you might have a future in it if you weren't already on the career path of professional friend shipper. You don't know what this has to do with her learning about you or teaching you your place on Alternia, but it's fun and Boldir is a good teacher. There's one thing this journey has taught you, it's that when something isn't actively painful or destructive, just write it out. You don't think you'll be going around pickpocketing mini trolls, enough of them already want to kill you, but it's good to have this skill on reserve if you ever need cash fast and don't feel like hitting up any of your rich friends. You wonder if Boldir uses it for anything besides passing notes.
Psst. My sources tell me you've been on Alternia for almost 3 paragees now.
You have no idea how long a paragree is, but what the hell? Sure.
Impressive. No wonder.
She trails off thoughtfully and shakes her head. You wish she would say something with some substance to it instead of just vague nonsense. But at least she isn't threatening you with violence or trying to stick wires into you, so you're counting this interaction successful so far. Also, you feel weirdly chilled out with Boldir. Sure, you want to be friends, but there's none of that stomach-churning, spine-bending desperation to make sure she likes you at whatever the cost. You feel more awake than you have in weeks. Man, you've got to learn to pickpocket in a garden behind a cafe more often if this is what it does to your stress levels.
Want to get something to eat? Or maybe just coffee, because that's what they serve here.
Sure, you could use another caffeinated beverage on top of the other caffeinated beverage you had earlier. Why not? You'll sleep when you're dead.
If only.
Yeah. You follow her out of the garden and back into the cafe.
Wait, they got some muffins here.
They do
Or
have
stuff that looks like muffins. So we could have some muffins and coffee.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I could actually go for like a blueberry muffin from like there's always these like good blueberry muffins at like gas stations for no
Yeah,
reason.
I just had one earlier.
Ah, you bitch.
Our gas station blueberry muffins slap. I'm like, they're too good.
Yeah. Then mail me one.
Alright. Who is this now? How long have you been sitting here?
Yeah.
Waiting for us to come back in? Yet another friend?
Oh, Ardata, you're still here.
Of course I am, fool. You were back there for about 10 minutes. God, it felt longer.
Yeah. 10 minutes? Wow, it felt like way longer than that. Guess you underestimated the power of a good training montage. You introduce Ardata to Boldir with the cheerful earnestness of someone who has forgotten the systemic classism of the planet on which they currently reside. Ardata stops you with an aristocratic sneer.
Stop, before I have to stop you myself. I have absolutely no desire to mix with those so low on the social ladder. She's only like 3 levels below you?
Yeah.
Come on! What in the world could she have to offer me?
Ardata only hangs out with blues and above. You shrug. You're not sure. Maybe friendship? You know friendships between people of different castes are possible. You've seen them happen. Regardless, you feel bad for exposing your newest friend to the vaguely nonsensical abuses of your oldest. You turn back to Boldir to apologize and find her gazing coolly at Ardata like she could do it all night. There's none of the fear or reverence or false obedience you've seen other lowbloods display to blues. Instead, Boldir looks at Ardata like she's a bug. Worse, a pebble that she would just love to kick out of the way.
Nice to meet you in person, Miss Carmia. I hear your GrubTube channel has been losing subscribers recently. I wonder why that is.
Blue.
Definitely isn't her magnetic personality.
No, it couldn't be. Someone on the internet must have said something mean and untrue about her. Because she's never done anything
Like
wrong.
she posted cringe.
She posted cringe and now she's losing subscribers. It was us. We were the cringe. Blue hits Ardata's cheeks in an angry flush.
I'm currently on hiatus. The old garbage was getting tired. I have so many imitators that my own content is starting to seem derivative.
She gives one of her maniacal laughs, but it's a little less robust than usual. Man, the wild tundra of internet fame really is a stark and arid battleground.
I have a new feature in the works as we speak.
She holds up the little vial she'd been haggling with the cash register over earlier.
Poison. I think the best and most expedient process would just be to douse my future guest's food and then hide the antidote somewhere in my hive. Unless you have another idea?
She smiles, sly and mean. Boldir smiles back, just as vicious.
Like that smile, dear.
Great, have fun with that.
While Boldir talks, her eyes start flicking from you to Ardata and then down. Again and again. You, Ardata, and down. Takes a couple of go-rounds before you realize what she's telling you. She keeps looking down to your hands, which are stuck in your hoodie pocket. Exactly where you found the note Boldir slipped you. Ardata is carrying a bag that looks expensive and extremely goth. And you can see where the vial of poison is sticking out. Oh man. You know what you have to do. When a group comes into the shop and pushes past the three of you, you move in on Ardata and slip a hand into her bag, palming the smooth, cold vial. She gives you a weird look, like, why are you suddenly all up on me, peon? But she doesn't notice the theft.
I suppose I'll be going now. If I were you, I'd be more mindful of who I choose to associate myself with in the future.
You say bye to her, feeling the tiniest bit guilty, but she's planning to use this poison to do murder theater in her prison basement, so you don't feel that bad.
Take care now.
Ardata leaves, and Boldir takes an inquisitive step closer.
Psst, show me.
You open your hand to display the spoils, flushed with criminal euphoria. Oh, hell no. You grabbed the wrong fucking vial. This one is blue, not red. You grabbed the antidote, not the poison. God, you honestly thought you were moving past these kinds of cock-ups.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, at least you have an antidote now. You never know when one of those might come in handy. You get poisoned by a crazy bitch.
She sways forward and clutches at her neck. For one confused second, you think she's doing an impression of someone who might need an antidote. Then she falls to her knees. You dart forward and catch her before she can totally eat it. She's heavier than she looks, compact muscle and a coat full of an ungodly number of weapons. She has like 4 guns in here, what the hell? Your arms are full, so you can only watch, helpless, as a troll in a hood that covers their face and their horns books it out the door. You shout that some fucker just stabbed your friend, but nobody here is looking at you. It's the same way people on Earth might ignore a mother trying to calm a toddler throwing a tantrum. just turning their eyes away from a distasteful public scene.
Ow. Damn it.
You put a hand up to Boldir's neck to try to staunch the bleeding, but there isn't any bleeding. Bewildered, you pull apart the lapels of her coat and see a single drop of olive blood trembling above her collarbone. Discoloration spreads in a dark spill over her neck and radiating down her chest. You both say it at the same time.
Poison.
You open your hand to look at the tiny blue vial, then back up to Boldir. Her eyes are glassy, her skin going blotchy and ashen. There is no reason to believe that Ardada's poison and the poison the assassin used are the same with the same antidote. It already strains the powers of coincidence that you grab the antidote at all.
You're probably right. But maybe you should try it anyway? I mean, I'm dying here, so...
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? I die more?
I can't feel my legs.
Right. Maybe the mere fact that this is such an unlikely happenstance means it will be the right antidote. Everything you've done so far has had the pull of inevitability to it, especially all of your interactions with Boldir.
Great. Awesome. Glad you're realizing your inherent significance to this particular microcosm of causation. Now, can you please pour that stuff in my mouth so I can swallow it and possibly not die?
You help Boldir tip her head back and put the vial to her lips. The last minute you wonder if it's supposed to be diluted, but Boldir gulps the whole thing down and immediately begins to shake. Smoke billows out of her nostrils and open mouth, and holy shit, what is going on? This doesn't seem like any type of antidote to you. But then the smoke clears and Boldir opens up her big yellow eyes. How does she feel?
Alive? Marginally?
She lets you help her to her feet. You immediately pull her into a fierce yet gentle hug. It's wild to undergo someone else's near-death experience. You feel like you know her way better than one montage scene's worth. Another new friend.
Not so tight.
You ease up a little. All the tea sippers are staring at you now. Death apparently isn't interesting, but the possibility of some quadrant-adjacent stuff, and they're suddenly all about it. Sorry, assholes. Just you and your new friend sharing a touching post-near-fatal encounter. Nothing to see here.
Nice. Sorry, asshole.
Didn't die!
What?
Aww.
Cute. Alright, that was a quick one.
That
I
Yeah.
liked her.
Got that
I
good
liked
end
her.
real fast.
Hmm.
Yeah, Boldir is delightful.
Hey, I like her a lot.
Blah 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 friendship, Stelsa. Stelsa, what's your
Alright.
deal? Tell us about
Sure.
yourself.
Salsa has dimples. Interesting.
Whoa, rain.
Hmm.
Okay, so it turns out, stealing a car was easily one of your better impulse decisions. You've gotten accustomed enough to its weird insides by now that the squishiness doesn't much faze you anymore. Still feels like the warm stomach of some gigantic creature, but you actually find it kind of comforting. You can just let yourself get enveloped by the seat while the autopilot does its thing. Getting ferried through the streets of Alternia with your feet up on the dash sure beats endlessly pounding the pavement. Sometimes you even throw Sarava's stream on your phone if you really want to get a chill vibe going. You're surprised that you haven't been caught yet, dastardly carjacker that you are, but maybe you're just a better thief than you've always thought. A possible career change to look into when, if, you ever get back to Earth. The downside is that it's a little difficult for you to further your goal of gathering even more friendship from the inside of a vehicle, so you'd park the scuttle buggy and expose yourself to the menaces of the outside world once more. You're in what looks like some sort of residential neighborhood. It isn't as nice as the blue blood neighborhoods you've seen, but still nice enough for most of the apartment complexes to have imposing locked front gates and security drones. But of course, you can't take a leisurely stroll on Alternia without something terrible happening. You aren't out here for very long before it starts raining. Shit, damn, and fuck. You ditched the umbrella Torona had given you since it was as heavy as a goddamn club, and now you're super regretting it. Running for shelter is all you can do, so you make a mad dash for one of the building awnings, huddling uncomfortably underneath it. The rain doesn't let up. You'll have to move soon. The security drones are beginning to look like they're planning on taking a few shots at you for loitering. You need to make a decision, and fast.
Let's try to get to one
Bless
of the...
you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Let's try to get to one of the buildings, maybe?
Yeah. Break and enter. There's no way you're getting into any of these without a passcode, but wait! You think you see someone coming your way. Perhaps they'll be your knight in shining armor?
So what you're telling me is that my appointment is cancelled.
You're still some distance away, but she's looking right at you. You point at yourself questioningly, thinking she might be talking to you, but then you realize she's wearing a Bluetooth headset.
Jeremy used to be so on the ball. Remember the time he gave me a full prone beautifying procedure right after that high blood ripped his arm off? But now he can't bounce back from one little thresher in the abdominal sausages. What happened? That boy is losing his touch.
Looks like she's coming back from a jog, if the running shorts are anything to go by. If she's at all bothered by the acid glancing off her skin, sending dozens of little firecracker sparks in their wake, she isn't showing it. She seems much more preoccupied by the harried conversation she's having on the phone. Most importantly, she's power walking to the entrance of this building, which must mean she lives here. This is your chance. You shuffle along under the awning, pressing yourself close to the side of the building, bug-like. You sort of wish she'd encountered you earlier, when you were just, when you were dodging rain like a rad action hero. Now you just look sort of cowardly and pathetic. Especially compared to her. She's striding along like absolutely nothing is gonna get in the way of whatever business she's got going on, let alone a few paltry explosions. Actually, she's so focused on her call that she doesn't notice you until you're standing right next to her.
Such an inconvenience. You can fully expect that I will be taking my business elsewhere from now on. Oh my, what do we have here?
She transitions from hanging up the call to talking to you so quickly that it makes your head spin.
Take this down. Strange little hornless creature parked in front of a home very puny and scared looking. Can only be the alien everyone has been talking about. Opportunity can't go to waste now, can it?
You're confused again, looking around to see who she might be talking to, but there's nobody else here. Maybe she's dictating notes to her phone? Yeah. Loud-ass motorcycle. You're so
Nice.
cool, dude. I'm so impressed.
Look at you, we can't have you wandering around outside like this, darling, can we? Aren't you ravishing? Do give me the name of your stylist. So good to meet you. Here's my card. The name's Stelsa says that. Terrorizer. I keep saying terrier like the dog.
Yeah.
Terrorizer in training for the Alternian Empire. Nice to meet you. Let's walk and talk.
You didn't realize that borrowed hoodie was that impressive of a look, but okay. She produces a business card with one hand and inputs some numbers into a panel with the other. You take the card. It's a struggle to process what she's saying, respond to her questions, and introduce yourself, all while experiencing the verbal equivalent of getting hit by a truck.
Honestly.
Yeah. How is it possible to talk so fast without taking a breath? You can barely get a word in edgewise. Stelsa continues chattering away as she steps inside and waves for you to follow her into the apartment building's elevator. You do.
So tell me, do you run any businesses on your planet? If you do, I would be more than happy to offer my services. They are very efficient and affordable, I can assure you. All your legal and financial documents will be checked over in no time. I'll make sure everything is running at tip-top shape. I'm so happy to have run into you. Ever since Zizi told me she met you, I've just been asking her to introduce me. It's so very important for a professional to continue growing her network, especially intergalactically, don't you agree?
She's still busying herself with her phone while talking to you, texting on its tiny keyboard now. The name ZZ doesn't ring any bells. You flip through the Rolodex in your brain, trying to remember. Terezi?
No!
Have you really made so many friends that you're beginning to forget their names? You're a little impressed with yourself. Feels like only yesterday that you were crawling around in the basement of a murderess and getting stabbed in the shin with a screwdriver, just a single friend to your name. Good times. You've come so far since then, it brings a single sentimental tear to your eye. Wait, Stelsa's own name finally starts to register. You've heard it before. This is Tizius's mate sprit, so she must be talking about Tizius.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Murderous stabbing, very fascinating stuff, I'm sure. Yes, I'm referring to my darling Tizius, of course.
So we went on that rant about being stabbed with a screwdriver in a basement, and she's just like, alright.
I guess we said it. Yeah, I guess we said it in public. Also, interesting choice of mate sprit for Tizius.
Yeah.
Huh.
You're at the door to her hive. She unlocks it, letting you both in.
Interesting. Oh, come in. Welcome to Chase Savat. Make yourself at home. Can I get you anything? Water, grub cake, my rates sheet? I would love to continue our chat while I'm a little less sweaty, and also acid wreaks absolute havoc on the skin. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I'll just jump into the ablution trap for a minute. Please excuse me, won't be long. Back in 2 shakes of a quack beat scat strict evacuation pillow.
Actually, you wouldn't know how it is, considering that a bucket load of acid falling on you would leave you either very injured or very dead, and she's already gone. You're a little relieved. It's not that Stelsa isn't friendly, she's plenty friendly. She just approaches friendship in a way that makes you feel a little like a line on her to-do list that she's in a hurry to check off. Or, well, she seems like she wants you as some sort of work contact, not a friend. But that's okay. You've worn many hats in the pursuit of friendship. Clown cultist, impromptu shoosh pepper, murder accomplice, business associate is one of the tamer ones on the list. Now that you no longer have to keep up with her mile-a-minute conversation, you can take a proper look around her hive. You're not sure what's more perturbing, the sheer amount of pink that's accosting your eyeballs, or the fact that everything is so painstakingly organized that it's making you a little uncomfortable. It's like you merely standing here is disrupting the careful order of the room. Her shelves are crammed full of books, all neatly arranged according to topic, with each topic displayed on a little label on each shelf. She also has a lot of posters featuring motivational slogans underneath striking nature photography. So that's like the equivalent of a hang in there kitty poster.
Yeah. I wonder what the one with the sunset is.
I'm sure someone's translated that.
Yeah. Let me see.
The only normal-looking spot in the hive is a coffee table with a mishmash of personal belongings piled on top of it. Books, papers, a jacket. You think what that might be a mug? None of those items strike you as being particularly Stelsa's style. The overall effect is that of a very pink, very neat office cubicle. You almost feel like you should start chugging mediocre coffee and complaining about how much you hate Mondays.
So sorry to have kept you waiting.
Stelsa re-emerges, her hair wrapped in a towel.
Well, it's been a blast getting to know you. We should get lunch sometime. Keep the conversation going. I'll pencil you in, darling. But for now, I have a bit of a dilemma to deal with.
That sounds worryingly like a dismissal. You sneak a glance at the schedule on her bulletin board. It's a blaze of color with barely any free slots. You don't want to be penciled in. You have no idea when she might be available next, and you need her sweet, sweet friendship now. Maybe whatever problem she has is something you could help with?
Unless you're a ludicrously talented beautician, I think not. My usual place bumped me off their list, and right before a very important meeting, too. A girl has to look her best for these things to really knock their socks off. If I want to make arrangement at another salon, I shall have to move fast, no time to waste. Alright, interesting set of choices.
Yeah.
Hey, we can do beauty, right? We're
Yeah.
well-versed. After all, we did that thing in Tagora's bathroom, yep.
Yeah, we slathered ourselves in glitter lotion. This will go great.
Yeah.
You have absolutely no professional beauty experience, but Sarava did give you that crash course in crafting great looks. Stelsa is probably after a vibe that's a little less moisture wave, but you're sure you can whip something up. You tell her that you'll help her get ready instead, right here in her hive.
I've never had a house call before. Let's do this.
She leads you into the next room, rubbing her hair dry as she goes. There's a Recupercoon in one corner and a vanity in the other, with an array of poofs, brushes, and other mysterious implements spread out on its surface. Some of them are disturbingly pointy. Oh well, you're sure you'll be able to figure out what they're all for once you start using them.
I'm gonna fuck her up.
They're gonna kill this lady.
Yeah. No, it's gonna
That's
go
fine.
fine. She's gonna look beautiful. And not like a 4-year-old tried to do her makeup.
With knives.
With knives. Stelsa takes a seat in the chair in front of the vanity, folding her hands primly in her lap.
So, darling, what do you think What do you think? What should we do first? It's all up to you.
Not this again. Why are you always making all the decisions around here? What you wouldn't give to be able to foist your own life decisions off on random people you've just met. It would be refreshing. Hair or horns?
The idea of touching her horn seems a bit... I don't know what headcanon this author's running with. So she might get mad at us. Let's style her hair?
Yeah. The first order of business should be drying Stelsa's hair. You pick up a funnel-shaped doohickey that looks like it might be a hairdryer, fumbling around for a button. There isn't one, but you manage to turn it on by giving it a good squeeze. The mouth of the funnel opens up wide, emitting a hot blast of air along with a hoarse animal yell. You think you might actually see teeth inside? Just don't think about it too much. That's the best you can do when it comes to literally any Alternian gadget. Thankfully, the noise soon fades to a low hum.
Here, use this.
Stelsa passes you a piece of thorny bramble. It looks painful, but when you begin brushing Stelsa's hair, she sighs happily.
Interesting being in this position for once. When Tizia is over, usually I'm the one doing this. Tizius.
You try to imagine Tisius letting someone give her a sweet do. Even when it's her girlfriend in question, you have a hard time picturing it. Stelsa laughs. She has a surprisingly pretty musical laugh.
No. My dear Zizi isn't one for involved beauty rituals. She usually doesn't let me do more than just brush it, but it's still relaxing.
Sliding the brush through Stelsa's hair is pretty relaxing. You allow yourself to zen out for a moment before shaking yourself out of it, casting around for something to talk about. That's what good hairdressers do, right? Strike up casual conversation? Your eyes fall on an open book sitting on the table. It's the only object there that doesn't have anything to do with hair care or beauty, so it stands out like a sore thumb. Just like the items on the coffee table, it's strewn too haphazardly to look like it belongs to Stelsa. You think you see some of the tabs Tizius was using on the notes for her group project. And if you look even closer, you think you catch the words revolt and history in the page header. Right, as Tizius's mate spirit, Stelsa probably has big plans for dismantling the system from the inside too, after she becomes an auditor. You remark that you think it's really cool what she and Tizius are doing. It might be scary to stick it to the man like that, but someone has to do it. Okay, it's not exactly light conversation, but talking to Tizius about this had been so enlightening, if sad, and you'd really bonded over it. Maybe you'll be able to bond with Stelsa the same way. But Stelsa only looks confused.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Then her eyes flick down to the book just for a second before she reaches out, smartly snaps it shut, and squirrels it away in one of the drawers. The sound of the drawer slamming makes you jump, and you narrowly avoid pulling Stelsa's hair.
I'm quite sure I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sticking anything anywhere. Definitely not to any man. And neither is Tizius.
She's sitting straight and tense in the chair now, her voice soaring to a high, bordering on hysterical pitch. Oh no, she probably doesn't know you're on their side. Tizius might not have told her about your conversation. It's okay, you're not going to tell anyone. You're sworn to secrecy. But Stelsa averts her eyes, a stubborn set to her chin.
Yen? I have no idea what you're talking about, not a single clue. Tizius and myself are both law-abiding subjects of the Empire. We don't dabble in such foolish things as sympathizing with rebels. What would that possibly accomplish?
She wrings her hands distractedly.
We do things the way we do on Alternia for a reason, darling. Without the hemospectrum and the roles we each need to play, why... the world would be plunged into complete chaos, can you even imagine? Trolls running around not knowing which way is up, doing whatever they please, no one to tell them what their place in the world is.
She goes from hand-wringing to gesticulating wildly, almost knocking a row of jars off the table, positively frantic at the prospect of societal breakdown.
It's better for everyone this way. I truly believe that.
You're beginning to realize that you might have put your foot in your mouth, just a little bit. Stuffed a toe or two in that gob of yours, maybe. She sounds way too earnest for this to be a cover-up. Could it be possible that Stelsa really does side with... what had Tizius called her? The Condus? And that she doesn't know about Tizius' underground research after all? But the book was right there. You're so confused. Talking about this is clearly distressing Stelsa though, so you drop it, focusing on finishing up her hair instead. It's pretty soft now that it's dry. You're not sure you've styled it correctly, but she seems pleased.
Great work, nice, fantastic, you did an excellent job.
You glow at the praise. You'd say thanks, but she's already passing you a bottle of nail polish. She really wants you to go all the way, huh? You twist it open and get back to work. You're too focused on not smudging the teal color over the stately points of her claws to talk, but Stelsa breaks the silence.
I have a question for you.
You nod, sticking your tongue out in concentration.
So I have this acquaintance.
This is the most tentative you've heard her so far. You weren't sure her vocal cords were capable of it.
They're in a quadrant with someone who harbors views most would consider subversive, if not outright treasonous.
She's obviously talking about herself and Tizius, but you don't want to point that out in case she gets upset again. So you just nod along thoughtfully.
She didn't always. The mate spirit, I mean. It will blow over at some point. She must just be going through a difficult phase. But in the meantime, she could get into oh so much trouble.
Stelsa's lower lip wobbles like she's about to cry. You chew on the inside of your cheek, trying to figure out what to say. Talking to Tisius very much did not leave you with the impression that it was a phase. She sounded pretty serious. Does Stelsa's friend have any idea that this is going on? She looks at the drawer. So do you.
Nope.
You resist the urge to massage your temples. No idea at all?
Absolutely not.
Alright, okay, you can do this. A good first step might be for her friend to face up to the issue. You know, if there's the chance that they have the tiniest inkling about what might be happening, so the two of them can talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah? You're no expert, but open discussion probably helps with relationship problems quite a bit. Plus, you ruminate to yourself, the more you think about it, the less it seems that Tisius leaving her controversial book out like that was an accident. Maybe, it was right in front of Stelsa's chair after all. Maybe Tisius wanted Stelsa to see it. You'd slicked the last bit of color onto Stelsa's pinky nail a while ago, but you're both too wrapped up in the conversation to suggest that you move on to something else. She lets the polish dry while the two of you continue to talk.
But my friend does not agree with her mate's sentiments. Discussing it would just cause unnecessary friction, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
Oh, the audio is skipping around. That's interesting.
Did it get weird?
Yeah, for a sec. I think it's back to normal now. Yeah.
Alright. Maybe, but even so, addressing the issue is probably better than pretending it isn't there. Besides, quadrant mates can, coexist regardless of differing beliefs, right? Yeah, you don't sound convincing even to yourself, but the platitudes seem to comfort Stelsa somewhat.
Maybe you're right.
Carefully, mindful of her just-dried nails, she wipes away a few tears, much to your horror. Was that the wrong thing to say? But then you notice that she's smiling.
I have not spoken about that to anyone before now.
Whoop.
Telling you about it was truly a load off my Belisat cavity. I'm certain my friend will be grateful as well. I shall relay your advice accordingly as soon as I can.
You smile back at her weakly. You haven't been able to relate to very much when it comes to Alternian life, but boy can you relate to relationship drama. The trolls sure seem to have plenty of it. You hope everything turns out alright, for her friend. Since her voice is all sniffly and her eyelashes still wet, you retrieve a frilly box of hand tissues and hold it out to her, hoping that will help. She pulls out a few and blows her nose on them with a sad honking noise.
I should finish getting ready.
She seems reluctant to get up, though. You'd probably be the same, knowing you had to head into a serious business meeting after spilling your heart like that. Experiencing emotions is tiring. Fucking tell me about it, bro.
Yeah.
Eventually, though, Stelsa musters up enough energy to get to her feet. Much to your surprise, instead of immediately rushing off to complete her next pre-meeting task, she pulls you into a tight hug.
Thank you. You're a real friend.
And there it is. Not colleague, not potential client, but that wonderful friendship word.
Aww.
Aw.
Wait, did we just get put into a quadrant?
That was maybe a little bit pale.
Yeah. Alright.
I feel like helping anyone with their relationship issues, maybe Ashen even.
I thought that would be like an auspicious shit, but that was definitely a war elf symbol,
That was-
diamond.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, if y'all are good to keep going, we've only been streaming for
Yeah,
an
that
hour.
was-
Damn.
Yeah, that
We got
was
through
really
those
fast.
fast.
Yeah, we didn't get any bad ends, so we got through those pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'm good for another.
Yeah.
Clowns. I'm so excited. I love every clown. This is a dark world. Both because it's night and because of the brutal struggle for survival among its polyhemochromatic inhabitants, many of whom seem to thrive on havoc and carnage. You'd be interested to see the Michelin Guide entry for Alternia. You're convinced that after a day here, Ayn Rand would sign up with the Little Sisters of the Poor, Genghis Khan and Attila the Hun would join the Quakers, and Adolf Hitler would seek membership in the World Peace Council. Phew! Goodwin's Law alert. Feeling a little dramatic tonight. We got
Oh, you
Marcy
small.
and Kariko.
I like how his name is just basically Doll. Very cute.
Yeah.
He's very tiny.
We
Or
love
Doll
him.
Clown.
He's got weird
Karako
horns.
Kirio or Marcy Hotek. Also, Marcy looks like Troll Dave, but there's another troll that looks even more like Troll Dave, so I'll hold that off.
Yeah.
All right.
Marcy, tell us your story. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. After this, I'm gonna tell you about a thing.
Marcy kind of has ant vibes.
A little bit. Little buggy. Despite a certain sense of pervading existential gloom that you haven't managed to shake even after communing with a possible oracle/secret agent, you're feeling pretty alright. No more brooding in your cliffside apartment. You have a fresh thirst this evening. A thirst for friendship. You're wandering around a neighborhood you haven't seen in a while, just a few blocks from where you crash landed.
This bops a little bit.
Yeah.
I like this song.
Maybe you'll go pay a visit to the crash site of your ship, even though it's long since been stripped for parts by the local population. Or maybe you'll try to find Diamond to say hi, though you're pretty sure he's still living the nomadic shrubbery lifestyle. Maybe you're just here for the nostalgia, honestly. Malay's who? You hardly know her. Just then, from across the street echo two voices raised in argument. One is soft and murmuring, and one is loud and honking. A rust-blood girl and purple-blood guy are squared off in front of a patch of graffiti that blooms over the bricks like moss. The girl appears to be in the process of scrubbing it away. There's a mop bucket and a collection of sponges next to her. I told you this shit is sacred motherfucking iconography, the purple blood is saying. So fuck the hell off, little red dumpling. The rust blood says something back that makes him laugh. The sacred iconography appears to be a collection of swear words and a couple colorful renderings of certain selections of troll anatomy you have not yet had the chance to explore. The girl with the bucket wrings her sponge out and stares the clown down. Well, you assume she's staring him down. She's wearing big round goggles to match the bright rubber gloves pulled all the way up to her elbows. Despite the mop bucket, she looks more like a scientist from a B-grade horror movie than a janitor. The purple blood doesn't have any visible weapons on him, but that doesn't make him look any less dangerous. And unless the girl has a blade in that mop handle, she's totally defenseless. You haven't faced this precise scenario. You've faced this precise scenario more than once, but it doesn't get any easier. No matter how much self-confidence you earn or hardships you endure, life or death friendship decisions don't get any easier. Shall we?
I grew up business for once in your life is very funny. That's a very funny way to phrase a question in a visual novel. Let's see what happens if we mind our business.
Alright, let's mind our business. Ooh. Listen, you aren't the goddamn alien special forces. You aren't the friendship police. You can't afford to insert yourself into the middle of every single altercation in hopes that the drunken gamble of destiny will offer up new and greater connections onto your sore, tired ass. You aren't made of goodwill alone. Everyone needs breaks, man. You march casually by, hands behind your back. If you knew how to whistle, you would. Nothing to see here, folks. Feet smack the ground behind you, and the girl runs by, surprisingly spry in the rubber boots. Not spry enough, apparently, because the high blood is hot on her heels. Nope, not helping. Definitely not. Don't get involved. Don't get involved! You already made your choice. You are not getting involved. At the last moment, you stick out one of your famous legs, and the clown goes flying. He hits the pavement hard, nose first. Son of a bitch. There you went and got involved. The high blood might be kissing concrete, but he won't be for very long. It's tough to kill a clown. You take this opportunity to GTFO. Damn, you don't know anybody around here. Maybe you can run back to your stolen vehicle before... Hands grab you by the back of the hoodie, hauling you around the corner and into the shadows of an alleyway. Shit, the clown must have friends, and those friends must have circled around behind you. You open your mouth to scream, not because you think anyone is going to help you, but just because you might as well.
Yeah, why not? A little scream is a treat.
Yeah. If you don't go out fighting, might as well go out making as much noise and being as obnoxious as possible. Yeah. That's the spirit. A rubber-gloved hand slaps over your mouth before you get out more than a squeak. You taste soap.
Chill. I'll just do this one too. Stop struggling.
It's the Rustblood girl. She's taken the time you'd bought her and cashed it in to take refuge in an alleyway. The two of you hold still as the purple blood storms by, stomping and cursing and bleeding from a gash across his forehead. Ha! You did that. Your leg did that. You will never get over the rush you receive from doing something cool and competent. Marcy holds on to you until the sound of his footsteps fade. You feel her heartbeat hammering against your back. She lets you go and slides away to the other side of the alley as if in apology for being so close to you before. Her boots squeak. Take a few steps nearer so you don't have to shout to be heard. You thank her for helping. You're both just all about helping, apparently. You decide not to mention the part where you tried very hard not to get involved.
Yeah. You didn't have to do that. Actually, you shouldn't have. I'm perfectly capable of tripping my own clowns.
You tell her you have no doubt that's true. Even if she doesn't have a sword in her mop handle, she seems to have a good pair of legs.
Tall.
Yeah. Mentioning her mop appears to remind her that she left all her cleaning equipment out on the street. She takes a furtive glance back down the way the guy had gone, then heads back toward the graffiti. You scamper to keep up.
Just notice those posters say obey.
Yeah.
Why did that take me so long to notice? You shouldn't be out alone in a place like this. Not that I can really summon much gumption to care beyond this one walk down the street. But did you come here to die? Because that's what's going to happen if you keep this shit up. What's your deal?
You don't know about your deal. You've worked really hard to not consider your deal at all because the existential radio static that prickles at the base of your neck when you think about your deal is astoundingly unpleasant. Attempting to change the subject, you ask her if maybe she shouldn't get out of here while she has the chance. Is that bucket really that important to her? Marcy looks at you with a certain eyebrow raise that you're well accustomed to by now. Oh shit. You just put your foot in it again, culture-wise. You wish you could find a book with a crash course on Alternia, or at least a decent Wikipedia article, but it's not like there's any helpful Earth guide for idiots. At least you've never heard of one. Besides, things are different depending where you are on Earth geographically. You imagine it's the same for Alternia. You feel positively nauseated at the idea of having to learn a whole new set of societal norms. You'll just stay in this particular city, thank you very much.
Do I care about my bucket? Oh, hey, Hope Suck Pog.
hey.
So, I'm already liking this character. That's kind of a weird way to phrase it. I care about it as much as the next person who doesn't want to get cold. Also, scoured rays don't grow on carnivorous fauna.
She tosses the discarded sponges back into the bucket. You bend down to help, but she stops you with a sardonic glance. Most of her glances are sardonic, but this one especially so. She goes back to work on the graffiti.
If you're going to hang around, you can make yourself less useless. Watch and make sure that high blood doesn't come back.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can totally do that. Of course, he won't be able to actually do anything if he comes back. Where's Remele when you need her?
Oh yeah. Forgot she did that for us.
Maybe you could use your own limp corpse to slow the clown down. Not that you know Marsty well enough yet to love the idea of sacrificing yourself for her. Man, character development is great. Not immediately going to your death is great. That thought sends a creeping wash of anxiety along your spine. You don't understand it, so you try to distract yourself. You
Guy
ask
is making so much noise. Sorry.
All good. You ask Marsty if she just cleans graffiti or if she has other jobs. Okay, well, maybe not jobs. You know nobody on Alternia has an actual job.
Whatever I'm feeling, mostly. Today, I was feeling getting rid of this incredibly ugly piece of shit drawing. Tomorrow, I might be feeling dirty front door mats. Depends on my mood.
Yeah, you def get that. You are also a person of mercurial moods. Do you seek out new friends tonight, or go to one of your standby pals? Sometimes the universe just sweeps in and decides for you.
Yeah, well... You are extremely weird and focused on weird shit. But also kind of magnetic at the same time. It's freaking me out.
Wow, thank you! Marcy dunks her sponge right in her bucket, or scourdray, right. Buckets are dirty.
The drones don't make it down here very often. So there's a lot of shit to scrub.
You tell her it's cool that she likes cleaning so much. Where you're from, physical labor is considered morally virtuous, but also kind of looked down on. Fuck, maybe you could use an Earth cultural handbook for your own damn self.
Who said anything about liking it? Who made the rule that I can only do what I like?
She slams the sponge down hard into the scourdray, getting water down the front of her apron.
This is just what I do. What, do you like wandering around in someone else's hoodie?
Yes.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah.
Accosting strangers? You bet.
Also, yes.
Yes.
Kind of. Sometimes. You didn't choose the friend life chose you. But Marsty isn't a stranger in a strange world like you are. She's got horns and gray skin and everything. You realize she's a Rusty, but come on.
Yeah. I like how they're spacing out a little bit more.
Yeah.
The hyphen and underscore at
Oh,
the end.
She's getting increasingly exasperated with us.
Yeah.
Can't
How
wait
many
till it takes up
burgundies
its own line.
Yeah. I like she starts using equal signs. How many burgundies do you know exactly?
Well, one. And he is interested in, meat. But he's pretty enthusiastic about it. One might say, over-enthusiastic.
You think I'm not enthusiastic?
She scrubs harder to show you just how enthusiastic she can be. A delicate calligraphy-based rendering of the word globe gobbler disappears beneath her soapy hands. Okay, maybe Diamond is not the greatest example of someone enjoying their hobbies in a healthy and natural way, but you know plenty of other lowbloods with cool hobbies. Skylag, Chixie, Sarava?
I'm supposed to know who those idiots are. Not all lowbloods know each other.
Oh man, that's not what you meant at all.
I'm not going to explain my life story to some random alien.
Is that a challenge? That feels like a challenge. I'm gonna
Yeah.
friend you so hard.
Yeah. Just watch. At the end of this, you're gonna be our friend. We're really gonna show you.
Yeah.
Are you going to help or not?
Oh, well, you thought you were supposed to be keeping an eye out for clowns?
Yeah, well, instead you're asking me invasive questions. So now, help me scrub.
Don't call me a scrub.
Despite these mixed signals, you pick up a sponge and start cleaning. This is actually a lot harder work than it looks like, and your back and shoulders begin to ache immediately. If Marcy does this every day, she must be ripped under that jacket. She stops talking, and you just clean alongside her, worried that you're royally screwing this up. You don't know how to fix it. The graffiti is quickly disappearing between your combined efforts, and you aren't sure how much longer she's going to put up with you after that. You've got to pull out the big friendship guns, and fast. You ask, in your characteristically smooth style, what she's doing after this. Any plans? Just, hypothetically?
Who knows? Probably I'll just look for more shit to clean.
Well, it just so happens you know a lot of dirty places. Just exceptionally filthy.
Like a dungeon.
Yeah.
Like our shelter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah? Where?
Delicious.
How do I know?
Yeah. That's the thing, we don't. We're lying to make friends again.
I feel like we should know some exceptionally dirty places.
I mean, that alley where we met those, I forget their names.
Cooperman and Follicle.
Yeah, when we met them. That's pretty
Yeah.
dirty. Our shelter is pretty dirty too. Malik's room.
Yeah.
House. Entirety.
Yeah.
God, that'd be a whole, weekend for this lady.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, she could clean a sewer too. Since there's a maybe dead Lucis in there.
Yeah. Try underground.
Yeah.
Really downtown.
Yeah, super, super
Yeah.
downtown.
Like undertown.
Vertically downtown.
Let's go downtown.
Yeah, let's try downtown.
You suggest that this place sure looks ripe for some serious power cleaning, cause, wow, filthy.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, drinking my Dr. Pepper.
How dare you.
I was planning on cleaning down there anyway. The drones mostly take care of the high blood neighborhoods.
Interesting. Zebra had lowbloods cleaning for him, but maybe he's an exception. He's an exception to a lot.
Fetishy exception.
Yep.
I'm not here to explain cultural dynamics to you. At least not for free.
You consider mentioning that you are the main character and thus totally deserving of cultural exposition, but you doubt she'd take that well. Also, it's kind of a weird thing to say, so never mind that.
I'm the protagonist, you have to tell me.
Yeah. Man, MSPA reader is becoming self-aware. You show Marcy an alley you recognize, the one with the incinerator where Polypa had gotten rid of her assassination disguise. Here, maybe?
Too easy.
Okay, well, what about this stretch of road where Remele killed that dude? There's still quite a bit of purple blood splattered around.
Pretty good. But no. Not feeling it. I don't have the right outfit for blood. You're wearing like all black. I got some red, but
Jesus.
Now get stuck in it.
Picky.
oh, sorry. Are my personal preferences inconveniencing you? Only a little. It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, but you aren't used to this shit taking so long to pop off. Usually you've made a friend by this point, or you've been killed.
You've been killed before? Oh yeah, we're becoming way too self-aware.
Yeah.
What are you, a pur beast? 9 lives?
In retrospect, that was also a pretty weird thing to say. You meant it as a metaphor. Sometimes your internal monologue gets out of hand and spills out into your interlocution.
Whatever, dude.
You're considering just bringing her back to your place to clean up the mess you've made there when you realize Marcy is no longer with you. You turn around to find her gazing down an adjacent street into an empty lot. The space gives you a brief twinge of recognition before it fizzles away to nothing. Meh, probably just deja vu. At first you don't notice the person sitting on the tire pile, because without her other half, her silhouette is underwhelming. Speak of! Oh, fantastic. Hey, Normie. Oh, hi, Follicle. It's
Should
been...
we let Craig do follicle instead?
Yeah. I feel like Cuprum will probably show as well.
Oh, that's true.
We'll figure it out. Oh, hi,
Yeah.
Follicle. It's been a while. She might notice that you are a whole lot less normal than you used to be.
They're right. They're weird as hell.
Hey, you are also like 80% more confident than you used to be. You don't back down from insults. Perhaps Marcy is the one who is weird because she is the one who is so fucking into cleaning up after people. That's really strange.
Hey, that's a little judgy.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, you had been expecting Follicle to join you in mocking Marcy. You didn't want to be too mean or anything. You're just really sick of having your intelligence insulted concerning stuff you know absolutely could have no way of knowing about. You wanted to make her look like an asshole. But as usual, it seems to be in fact you who are the asshole. Marcy seems to agree.
Hey, maybe go fuck yourself a little bit.
You apologize. You didn't mean it. You just experience pilot confusion when there's too many friends in one place. You're sorry. You didn't mean to insult her hobby, but she actually doesn't really seem too into it. You're just trying to help. You know plenty of lowbloods who do all sorts of activities.
Oh, yeah? Who?
Well, Follicle, for instance. She trolls... Wait, you need another word. She and her boyfriend, harass people. And they seem to enjoy that. Also, there's Skyla and Chixie and Sarava. They all excel in their fields, to a certain extent.
Right. So how's that going for them?
Well... You deflate somewhat. Chixie gets skeeved on all the time, and Skyla constantly has to defend her home in Lucis against thieves. Sarava literally had to gouge out their own eye and downplay their psychic power.
Yikes.
Vickery... Well, near as you can tell, Vickery is having a great time falling off cliffs and imagining the firmament above. He might be an outlier and therefore shouldn't be counted.
Like Spider Gorg.
Yeah. While you're working through your parent classism through navel-gazing monologue, Marcy is checking Follicle out. Like, really checking her out.
Who the fuck are you?
Follicle slaps Marcy's hand away.
Keep your fronds to yourself.
Marcy raises her goggles up to her forehead.
Ah, shit, she has eyes.
Confirmed.
You've got void rot. No shit. Hey.
No shit. Troll Sherlock. Ah, fuck!
You good?
No.
Rip.
He hit my elbow.
Oh shit.
Oh, not your elbow.
Did you get your funny bone?
No, I just hit
Was
my
it
normal
funny,
bone.
Was it funny though?
No.
Marcy gives her another once-over. She looks impressed. You honestly can't blame her. If Marcy likes grimy things, well, Follicle is right up her alley. Dirt El Dorado. Selfishly, you wish you'd met Marcy back when you were more of a wreck at the beginning of your adventure.
You're filthy. I like that expression. It's cute.
Yeah.
And you have no idea what you're talking about. Also, fuck you.
Marcy touches her on the forehead, slowly this time, so as not to take her by surprise. Follicle resembles a nervous little bug trying to decide whether or not to scuttle away.
You think the dirt helped keep you insulated? It's actually the opposite of that. If you were less grimy, the energy transfer would be easier.
Oh right, Cooperm isn't here, which means her giant battery isn't here either.
Yeah, I sent him for takeout. I needed a break.
But won't she, die?
Not instantly. Does your husk top die as soon as you unplug it?
What are you? A fucking void rot scholar? What do you know?
I know a lot of things.
You ask Marcy if she's interested in medicine. Maybe she could go into that. Marcy rounds on you in stark irritation. This is the most emotion she's shown since you've met her.
Whatever you're trying to do here, stop.
She got taller. It's intimidating.
I'm not stupid. What do you think they'd say if I applied to be a medic off-planet? They'd laugh their asses off and hand me a saturated scrub pole. And that's if they're feeling generous. This is what I do. So let me do it.
Chastened and uncharacteristically speechless, you nod and let Marcy turn back to Follicle. You really don't want to just leave it like that, but maybe the truly friendly thing here would be less trying to improve your friend's life and just letting them live it. Diamond had told you much the same thing all those months ago. That he's planning to just keep his head down and try to stay alive. It's not uplifting, but maybe not everything has to be. Marcy gives Follicle some advice as to the best way to make sure her body retains as much energy as possible. Follicle groans, and you're pretty sure that if she had eyes, she'd be rolling them. You do notice, however, that she listens. Marcy starts back down the sidewalk after that, pushing her scourdray in front of her. After a moment's hesitation, you follow, half expecting for her to get mad again. Instead, she just slows down so you can catch up. She's pulled her goggles back down over her eyes. You think they're probably more there for social reasons than protective ones. Sheepishly, you apologize for being a busybody back there. You're just really used to wanting to help people out. Kinda for selfish reasons, friendship reasons, but still.
Yeah. It's fine. No hard feelings.
You just like fixing things when they're busted, or when you've busted them through your own chronic idiocy. Sometimes you've just got to do what you can, but you think Marcy might understand that a little bit.
Yeah. I think I might. Sometimes it be like that.
Sometimes it be like that.
I feel like I came out of this with more questions about her than were answered.
Yeah,
I think I like her.
she's very mysterious.
Yeah.
Clowns.
Crown
Clowns!
Gremlin. Crown Gremlin.
Carico, tell us your story, you beautiful bastard. And take a long sip of water. Having learned the dangers of using the public thoroughfares, you've taken to dodging down byways and skulking in rear areas, trying to spy out individuals who look ripe for friendship while avoiding the more criminally insane denizens. Just now, you're following a winding footpath through the undergrowth surrounding a neighborhood where the local hives are spaced far apart. Humph. You came creeping along this footpath for safety. You should have known better. The undergrowth here is like most of the other life forms on Alternia, evolved to ruthlessly purge the gene pool of the weak and the reasonable. Coiled, spring-loaded stalks with foot-long thorns flank writhing bushes with razor-edged leaves, which in turn crowd tentacled flora with toothed lobes oozing liquid that hisses and smokes when it touches the ground. Extreme caution is needed, just as it's needed in every circumstance on this planet. While your time on Alternia has gotten you accustomed to injuries, you still shrink from being impaled on sprung thorns and dissolved in acid. You should have known that eventually you would have to come up against the local flora, so you proceed discreetly, avoiding poison fronds and trying not to step on trigger roots. But suddenly your vegetative focus is interrupted. You hear footsteps on the path, and then around the corner comes a small figure. Its face and horns are painted with smudged black and white marks. Despite its diminutive physique, it has some of the most impressive horns you've seen on any troll. Then the small figure sees you, and is so startled that it jumps a foot, impaling its horns in an overhanging tree branch and sticking there so that its small legs pump helplessly in the air.
Oh, okay, that's just what's happening, huh?
Yep.
Ugh. Also, Nin said she'd be right back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All my bones hurt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
One of those bone aching days, huh?
Yeah. I'm hungry.
I'm Leo.
Whoa. Did I eat? I ate shit today. I did eat today.
Good.
I had like have you ever had Taylor ham?
Had what?
It's like it's just like this kind of processed ham. It's kind of like it's usually like a breakfast meat thing.
Huh.
Get that.
Hello,
Welcome back.
It's like
It smells
Kinda
really
like Spam?
salty.
yeah, it's salty. Depends on where you get it, but it's usually salty.
I don't think I've ever had it.
Yeah, it's good if you ever want like a quick brekkie. So my brother somehow made it taste like this weird like stew my dad made a while ago. Don't know how he did that, but it tasted like weird stew with green beans in it.
Oh, hi, Paige and Rage. Wave
Ah.
back.
Hey, Paige.
Oh.
Thanks for dropping by.
I like these feet dangling out of the air. Why are you talking about ham?
I didn't remember if I ate today.
Oh,
I
you should
did.
eat.
I did. I had ham.
Okay.
Did you eat, Nin?
Yeah.
I did. I actually ate today.
Good.
Whoa.
I feel pretty good about it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I want pasta.
Me too. Cuddling with your cat, good.
Hell yeah. Give
She
that cat
deserves
some
it. Give her a
pets.
smooch on the head.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm clown.
If
Also,
you would like
before
to
you
be.
start, I like this song.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think this is another James Roach track. Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
this is I'm almost certain this is yup, it's Bowsette. This is Bowsette.
Bowsette, this is Asky by
This is ASCII Bowsette. My favorite jam.
Can you imagine trying to search up this song?
Yeah.
I think they did. I think they have it on Spotify as an Asky image of Bowsette.
Yeah.
So it's not. Unfortunately, it's not difficult to search.
Unfortunately.
Honk.
You beg the small person's pardon and assure him that you were fully as startled as he. You go on to explain that you are not dangerous, but that even if you were, you would not want to come to strife with even a small person with horns of that size.
Huh?
Yes, you promise, you will be happy to help him down as long as he promises not to attack you with the many bladed weapons that are stuffed into his belt, or with the dozen cans of an inexpensive soft drink held in bandoliers crossing his chest. It strikes you suddenly that a neighborly gesture like helping someone whose horns are stuck in a tree branch can scarcely fail to kindle the light of friendship. You dare to hope that this will be the case now. Edging forward, you get close enough to see that around the small clown's neck hangs a dog tag, or ID necklace. You tilt your head and crane your neck to read the writing on it. Carico Piero. If lost, please, call Bronya Ursama. Alright. Suddenly, this all makes sense. This Carico Piero must have been one of Bronya's reject runt wrigglers who, having grown to childhood under her tender care, has gone out into the world to seek his fortune. That would account for his small size, short legs, and small stature relative to his horns. You eagerly pull out your palm husk, happy for an excuse to pester your old friend, but you've got zero signal out here. You wonder if the surrounding vegetation eats palm husk signals just as it looks like it eats everything else. You disappointedly slip your palm husk back into your pocket.
Honk.
You apologize for the delay, explaining that you were surprised to find that you appear to have an acquaintance in common, whom you hope you will have time to discuss later. For now, you are ready, willing, and hopefully able to help him down.
I hope all his dialogue is just honk so I can put no effort into this character.
What, you're not putting your heart and soul into those honks?
Yeah, those honks aren't moving you.
Yeah.
No, actually, each honk is caused by me squeezing my heart and having a heart attack.
Your honks aren't motivated by love of the Dark Carnival? Can't believe you.
There's the reverence in your honk.
Yeah. You hope you won't be offended if you slip behind him first. It's not that you object to bladed weapons or those who stuff dozens of them in their belts, but you feel that the ones he's wearing could ruin your look if buried in your torso, however unintentionally. You edge past the weapons, being careful also not to touch the spring thorns growing at the edge of the path or their trigger roots. Once you're behind Carico, you grab his horns firmly and pull, withdrawing them from the tree branch and allowing him to drop lightly to the ground.
Honk.
You tell him that he's very welcome. Then there's a moment of awkward silence as you try to think of something else to say.
I would protect that smile with my life.
Yeah, I would kill and die for you.
Yeah.
Pick him up, use him as a weapon.
Fortunately, your new potential friend is not as devoid of the social graces as you are, and gets the conversational ball rolling himself.
Herc?
You explain that you are indeed a stranger in these parts, and that you actually don't fit into any of the hemospectrum categories. Wild, right? Although not quite as strange as you used to be, you like to think. You're really starting to blend in with the local color.
Herc?
Well, you'd rather not exhibit your blood just now. You're a couple of quarts low due to the robust conditions of life on Alternia, some of which you have recently had the honor of encountering.
Herc.
You sympathize. Slinking along these hidden paths in the Alternian woods can be tough on the morale. The smell alone is enough to make strong men weep, and the vegetation looks like it was designed by the Marquis de Sade. Not that he knows who the Marquis de Sade is, or that I know that.
Do you guys ever heard of the park that can kill, or something along those lines? Like, it's just this, like, botanical garden of just poisonous and, like, deadly as fuck plants.
Marquis de Sade is a French philosopher.
Huh.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's known for, like, novel short stories, plays, dialogues, and political tracks, apparently.
Don't respect him, he's French.
Oh. Okay, Page of Rage says, yeah, it's a... Sadism was his namesake. That's weird.
Yeah, I see what they mean.
Yeah.
When they say designed. I'm looking at some works now. Dude's messed up.
Oh man. Opens images. Hoo boy. Hey! The...
Yeah, okay?
The stuck in a wall trope was not a modern invention. Moving on. The smell alone is enough to make a strong man weep. He knows who this man is, which we now do. And don't tell him. Don't tell him. He doesn't need to know.
Hey, wait, give me a second.
Yeah.
I just noticed that my little ducky I sat on top of my microphone a while ago is gone.
Aw, where'd the ducky go?
I don't know, I'll have to just put out a search later.
Yeah.
Also, Page of Rage says they just noticed your avatar is even more absurd. Good job.
I'm glad you like it. I had a good time editing it.
I'm now wearing a maroon sweater.
Nice.
Very important.
Very.
Maybe it's... I don't know
Everyone
colors.
take
This also
notes
might be a
on
little bit
Craig's
purple.
Fashion. What style and fit is it? What's its collar?
Yeah.
What are the sleeves like?
Is it
Give us a full
cashmere?
rundown of your... Yeah, give us a full rundown of your fit.
Beer pants. And
Your Christmas one?
yes,
Or just other beer pants you had?
my very well-known Christmas beer pants. If you want to see an expert illustration, check my Twitch. That's just my profile for like the past ever. And then just a sweater, no shirt. And that's the only thing I'm wearing. I feel like I've just woken up, even though it's 5:40.
I'd be all in a state of just woken up.
Yeah.
Leo, your turn. What are you wearing? Wait, no. Let me get really close and creepy to the mic real quick.
Hey, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my Vermin Supreme 2020 t-shirt and a very comfy jean jacket and my lounge skirt.
Oh.
The one I was wearing when I had like intense eye contact with my old man neighbor. That was fun.
Alright. That sounds fun.
I haven't talked
Did
to
you tell
him
us about
since.
Did you tell us about this? I don't remember hearing about it.
I think I mentioned it in chat. It was a little while ago.
Alright.
You can't help but feel it would be so much better if one only had a skulk buddy. You continue. How wonderful it would be to travel these dusky lanes with a kindred spirit, a twin soul, a fellow traveler, an intimate crony. You're such an expert on friend synonyms by now.
I don't think crony means friend.
Yeah.
It's more goon adjacent.
Moop.
Oh, Page of Rage. I've also been waiting for the Tsukihime remake, but there are some other pretty good games that are that I like on Switch right now.
Still waiting for Children of the Sky or whatever.
Yeah, they did say Switch original though.
Yeah,
But
still waiting.
yeah, I am still waiting on Sky Children of the Light. It's gonna be great.
What the fuck is my switch? Never mind. I got really worried because I haven't seen my. I couldn't find my switch, and then I looked to my left, and it was there. So it's fine.
Oh, yeah, I can't find my Switch either. Where is it? Which pile of blankets are you under?
I don't know where my 3DS is, and I'm really mad. Like, I've turned my room upside down looking for it. I can't fucking find it.
I see the 3DS imp has come to eat yours too.
Mm-hmm. It's highly unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, good. My 3DS is still where I left it.
Oh, look at me!
Oh, look at me, I'm Craig. I know where my 3DS is.
Oh. I found my Switch. It was underneath my Dad Feels cap.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, Are you guys jealous yet that I pointed out I have a Dad Feels cap?
I'm jealous. I want one too. I love
That
my.
feels your cap.
I got my Dad Feels sweatshirt. I fucking love that thing. It is so soft and so comfy.
I just wanted to get one of those.
Yeah. But friend synonyms, right?
Huh?
No, you wouldn't have. You haven't met anyone like that either, but you would certainly like to. Oh, Paige, you were a juggalo when you were 10? I respect that.
Amazing. How's that? I definitely dressed like Karako when I was 10, except I didn't put on a bunch of face paint.
Yeah. I didn't have access to knives. Until
Man,
I
I know
was...
depression isn't like funny and all, but imagining a depressed 10-year-old is kind of funny. A
Yeah,
little bit.
it'd be like that.
Yeah. It's like, what do you have to... Come on, little buddy. Have some appy juice and take a nap.
You have time for depression later. Right now, it's time for... What are children shows?
Caillou.
Caillou, Guppy Buddies? I don't know.
The boobas.
The boobas. Did you finish your subtraction worksheet? Is that what's got you all worked up?
Yeah.
Are the numbers too big? Are you having trouble?
It has way too many sodas for a little buddy like you. Come on, you'll have, half of a can now and half later. Did anyone else's parents used to do that to them?
No.
No.
They'd only let me drink half of the soda can at a time because they didn't think I could handle it.
Nah, man.
And I don't mean like later as in like it got warm and flat later. I mean like maybe 5 minutes at most. But they just didn't want me to have it all at once.
Huh.
I've something like that since we didn't finish Soda Slop. My parents got me like some weird like pop cap shit that they would pop onto the tops of cans and they would act like a bottle lid. So you know they keep fresh.
Your new potential friend is obviously thinking seriously about this issue, so you back off, give him space. You pretend to be deeply immersed in studying one of the razor-sharp leaves or on one of the writhing bushes beside the path. You aren't one to force yourself on others or try to unduly influence their friendship decisions. Okay, well, maybe you've forced yourself on others in the past and tried to influence their friendship decisions. Maybe you've even done this a lot, but you've recently evolved as a person.
Evolve as in, like, in the last volume, or...
Yeah. After we met Boldir, everything's been getting meta.
Everything's different now. And yet we did still try to basically force Marcy into being our friend.
Yeah. It's not that different, really. Really, truly.
Everything is ever so slightly different now.
You now know that friendship is something that has to come authentically from within. Friendship is spontaneous. Real friendship sprouts naturally from the soil of mutual respect. The best friendships grow and ripen over years, and are not rushed or forced. Of course, you've only known this small person for about 5 minutes, but you have to start ripening sometime. You're reflecting thus on the theme of friendship when a loud Moving on.
Good job, good Foley work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was god-awful. Pours suddenly from the sky above you. It's a crackling, sizzling sound like a chitinous thing with too many legs, struggling in a hot frying pan.
Also, hey Deraze, since you missed a couple of routes, we do upload our VODs onto YouTube, so you're able to go back and check out what you missed if you'd like.
Yeah.
Should be
Yeah.
linked underneath.
So you can see us be stupid in the past. It's like selective time travel.
Yeah. Karako jumps so violently that he nearly gets his horn stuck in the tree again. Looking up, you see a floating metal object, vaguely troll-shaped, but huge, faceless, metal, and with numerous sets of lightning bolt-shaped horns coming out of its head and neck. It's also not a very sparkling conversationalist. It remarks in a flat, echoing blare. It elaborates further. That was probably awful, I'm sorry.
Nah, it sounds accurate.
Honk!
Yeah, Paige, if only. Just fucking skip forward to when things are fucking chill.
If only I could fast forward to when I've already done all my effort and I just have the payoff.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be pretty depressing to, like, get to the future where you think you've already done everything and it turns out you didn't because you were so busy waiting for the future?
Well, then you go back and smack yourself upside the head. Like, fucking
If
get...
you...
I've seen the future where you fuck up. Don't do that.
No,
That's
if
how
you
it works in the movies.
If you touch your past molecules, you'll blow everything up.
Oh. Can you
Alright,
ask
we have someone
else?
else. Yeah.
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 I'll have one of y'all slap me upside the head.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'd do that even if you did ask.
Yeah. Do we run away or fight the big scary drone?
I don't know. A lot of the times, us leaping into danger to help someone immediately doesn't go well. But he's a child.
He is a child, but also so is everyone else on this planet.
Yeah, but I guess, like, compared to everyone, he's like a baby child.
He's a real
Like-
itty bitty.
Yeah.
He's like pocket sized.
Sir, you are small.
Huh. I kind of don't want to risk anything happening to him. If it has to happen, someone make it happen to me instead. So let's try leaping to his 8, I guess.
We will die for you, Karako.
Yeah.
You leap to your proto-friend's aid. Thinking quickly, you push Karako against a large rock that juts out of the undergrowth nearby and jump in front of him, shielding him from the drone with your body. You then pretend to be leaning against the rock in an attitude of tranquil repose. Several of the bladed weapons in Karako's belt poke you in the ass, but you don't let this show on your face. Instead, you yawn elaborately and check your wristwatch. You don't have a wristwatch, but you don't think drones know what a wristwatch is anyway. You pretend to smoke a non-existent cigarette. Again, you're not giving anything away, because drones don't know what cigarettes are either. But the drone has apparently taken an interest in you. It floats down between the trees and undergrowth and hovers above the path, several meters from where you're pretending to relax against a rock after a long day of hiking through scenic shit-smell forest. It's quite a terrifying sight, actually. The drone observes soullessly, making Karako jump so that several of your internal organs are threatened. However, you maintain what you believe the local populace would call a stiff upper whistle pillow. The drone's blank metal head studies you, or it could be studying something in the opposite direction, or even taking the drone equivalent of a piss. You can't really tell from its expression because it has no features to make expressions with. This examination, or non-examination, continues for some time. But your diminutive potential friend is well hidden from view, and after a while, evidently concluding that you are an inanimate object that makes unaccountable gestures with its wrists and fingers, the drone floats upward again, gaining speed until, with a dreary it whizzes off somewhere to find some other hapless non-standard citizens to euthanize. When it's gone, you stand away from the rock and rub several sore places that have been pierced by bladed weapons. You turn to Karako to comment on the recent fervor, but stop when you see the look he is directing at you. A warm and admiring look, an affectionate and esteeming look, a look of friendship. Your first impulse is to throw your arms around him and lean in, but on second thought, remembering his pants arsenal, you put out your hand for a warm handshake. Victory is so close. But before you can seal the deal on this sweet friendship transaction, you hear a disturbance further down the path. God, can't the narrative chill for one single moment, especially a moment when you're about to consummate a beautiful friendship? You turn to look. The footsteps, several sets of them, get nearer, and around the bend come 3 figures. 3 figures wearing swimming outfits, lots of gold jewelry, and it...
Are you looking up Google?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. I usually know. This time can't help you.
Nah, I got you.
Insouciant.
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 What
Alright.
does it mean?
Showing a casual lack of concern. Indifferent.
Insouciant.
Right.
Insouciant.
Insouciant. Bro, we learned a new word today.
Hell yeah. And insouciant expressions. 3 figures with gills on their necks and small stylized fins on their face. Oh man, is it possible that you finally happened upon a group of the legendary sea dwellers? They stop short when they see you and Karako, obviously startled. They study you. You study them. Then Finhead Interloper 1, in a one-piece and diamond earrings, whispers to her companions, and all 3 burst out laughing. Finhead Interloper 2, in a violet wetsuit and rings, slaps her thigh, and Finhead Interloper 3, in checkered swimming trunks, holds his sides. Part of you is relieved. Laughter drives out the devil, is the best medicine, and in any event is better than homicidal mania. On the other hand, this laughter isn't friendly. It's cold, mocking, and supercilious. These sea dwellers are obviously laughing at you, not with you. You notice Karako's cheeks flushing purple under his face paint and his jaws clenching. However, he just stares with stony dignity at the interlopers. This just makes them laugh harder. The first sea dweller says, "What are you two supposed to be? Shrimp Cassidy and the Alright. kid, says her
Squamous.
Squamous kid, says her second companion. A cull bait minnow and his mutated soft-shell crab, says her third. Looks like the minimal one went down on the clown, causing it to spurt out the other one. The sea dweller's laughter is redoubled. You continue expressionless at these insults, but to your dismay, Kariko's face is taking on a harsh, glowering look. You guess that such a tiny dude has probably been victimized by bullies his whole life. And as you happen to know, there are no bullies like Alternian bullies. you tell him to let them talk all the shit they want. Don't let them provoke him. They're trying to get him to do something stupid. If he doesn't react, they'll get bored and go away. No, remember that drone. It's probably still around here somewhere. Touch a scale on their heads and you could be rendered into mother grub feedstock. Hey bottom feeders, no whispering when you're in the presence of your bathers. And you, little boy, put a respectful expression on your recognition surface. Be more like your friend the slender manatee over there. Ardata War flashbacks. Not wrong, Page of Rage.
What the?
The true Alternian bully. The original.
Yeah, bully. That's definitely not a soft word for that vicious she-beast.
I mean, on Alternia, that's basically what bullying
Yeah, that's
is.
just bullying.
Murder. In fact, why is it you two are still perpendicular? You, in the presence of sea dwellers, you should be bowed at right anglers. The first sea dweller seems to have an affinity for cheesy ocean puns. You bow to the sea dwellers. You have your dignity, but you also like not getting killed. Kariko remained stubbornly upright, his face getting angrier and purpler by the moment. The bladed weapons in his belt jingle from his enraged trembling. Oh, see the little clownfish, he's getting angry. Fucking angry. Looks like he's gonna shit his pants.
They really... Someone must have been missing on writing for Sea Dwellers this whole time. Someone was missing, like, all the sea fun opportunities they could use.
Yeah.
They really went ham.
What did I tell you about your face, boy? Didn't your Lucis teach you anything? I doubt he even has a Lucis. A self-respecting Lucis would never let a shrimp like that out of the hive. Unless his Lucis is just as defective. The Lucis cracks are too much for Kariko. Ignoring your hissed warnings, he suddenly leaps snarling into the air, draws bladed weapons from his belt in each hand, and hurtles toward the sea dwellers.
Conk. Animated.
Yeah.
Wait, he doesn't have coattails.
Oh.
Trick answer. He doesn't wear a coat. I'm worried if we go in, he'll stab us, because he seems kind of in a blind rage. Alright, let's do it. Let's leap in.
Yeah.
Intervening helped us before. Why not?
You leap into the fray to lend comfort and support. You would have counseled Kariko to turn the other cheek, and keep turning cheek after cheek until the Sea Dwellers got fed up and went away, but now that things have hotted up, you're not about to let down the side.
Hotted?
Got hotted up.
They know there's another word, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Kariko crashes into the Sea Dwellers, his bladed weapons whirling like a blender. You scamper close behind him and kick someone in the shin. It hurts your foot, but doesn't seem to have any other effect. That seems about right. These sea dwellers are made of tough stuff, or you're extremely flimsy. Signs have recently pointed to the latter. Your next sortie is more effective, however. Thinking quickly, you pick up a rock and throw it at the trigger root of a spring thorn growing along the path next to where the violet bloods are enduring Hurricane Clown. The coiled stalk springs out, impaling the dude with a dozen foot-long thorns. He's thrown off balance, and violet blood begins to flow copiously down his body. That's a hue you haven't seen before. Kinda pretty. But these sea dwellers are made of tough stuff. He yanks the springthorn stalk away from him, pulling the thorns out, and flings it into the woods. Then he takes out a pocket handkerchief and starts patting his injuries gently. Meanwhile, Kariko's bladed weapons have not been idle, and the other two sea dwellers are likewise leaking violet blood. But these bastards are hard to kill. You remember Polypa telling you that. As you watch, one of them grabs one of the bladed weapons from Kariko's hand and buries it in Kariko's stomach. Uh-oh. This
excuse me?
Yeah, Uh-oh.
Get your hands off my son!
Yeah, uh-oh! This, unsurprisingly, is distracting for a poor little clown, allowing two of the finny sons of bitches to grab handfuls of bladed weapons from his belt and bury them in various parts of his body. You dance around delivering harmless kicks and curses. Kariko is still waving his weapons, but he seems to be waving them more slowly now. Then, as more and more bladed weapons are buried in his body, he seems to lose focus. The weapons he's been brandishing fall from his hands. Finally, he falls to the ground in the center of a spreading pool of purple blood, twitches feebly for a minute, and then is still.
No!
You stare in disbelief at the corpse of one who, if he would have been spared just a short while longer, would have been your friend, one despised and rejected, a clown of suffering, familiar with pain. They had flogged him and mocked him and spit on him, and then killed him. You struggle to come to terms with this.
I cannot come to terms with this.
While you're doing that, one of the remaining sea dwellers grabs you by the hair and suplexes you onto the ground. Your head snaps back and pain explodes behind your eyes. You're left lying on your back and trying to stay conscious, which is why you have a good view of what happens next.
I need to be right back. Tell me if this turns out poorly.
Yeah, I got you.
You can't tell?
Yeah, just tell me if it turns out bad.
You
Cat,
can't tell.
Fuck out, cat.
Kitty!
No.
Hello?
Hi, cat.
No.
Let them speak. They want to give them the mic.
Yeah.
No. Also, I need to grab a sandwich.
Okay. In the dark sky above you, something opens. Something even darker than the sky. A hole like a cave in the clouds. It widens and until you can... Oh, since we're moving past that, defenstrated plane. Magic window.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're coming back there later. Because we have to get back at some point to Earth.
God damn it, I thought I was about to sneeze, but then I didn't.
Wait, am I on mute?
No.
I am. No?
Were you?
I was unmuted, but for some reason during some part of our conversation I got really worried, which was unnecessary.
Yeah, nah, you're good. Nah, you're good. I can hear you good.
So how's this thing turned out? Is it poor?
We've moved one frame ahead.
Yeah, we saw that there was a reference there. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It widens until you... Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was talking to myself that time.
It widens until you can see that in the cave, a carousel with wooden horses mounted on brass posts rotates, the horses plunging up and down in time with carnival music played by a mechanical organ. Riding the horses are naked store window mannequins. Is that how you spell that?
Manic? Huh. Hold on. Maybe
I've
it's
seen
an
manic-
alternate, but I'm pretty sure.
I've seen mannequin spelled a lot of ways.
Yeah, it's dated, apparently.
Okay, yeah.
That's another thing.
Just dated and spelled weird.
Another meaning for it is apparently little man, dwarf, pygmy. That's interesting.
Oh no, I'm dropping frames.
No.
Oh no, all these important frames.
Only, only a little bit of frames. Sister's probably fucking around. Store window mannequins, their legs slung awkwardly over the horses' backs, their stiff arms down by their sides in whatever pose they were created, their horns huge and wildly shaped. In the darkness above the carousel, other naked mannequins with plastic wings tied to their backs are supported on wires. And above these, in turn, a net of white Christmas tree lights twinkle against the roof of the dark cave, or circus tent, or whatever it is, throwing their dim starlight illumination down on the rotating carousel. As you watch, two of the winged mannequins break loose from their wires and fly down from that dark region into the night sky in the dimension Alternia occupies. They maneuver until the stiff hands on the ends of their stiff arms are underneath Kariko, and then they lift him up into the sky and into the dark carnival. You hear a last faint, reviving honk as they set him on one of the wooden horses, and then the hole in the sky closes, and there is nothing but the night sky above you. All is silent and still again. An odd feeling comes over you. You don't think you've ever felt such a feeling, just the reality of how utterly insignificant you are. Sure, you've spent the last few months wandering with no desire but the desire for connection, and you are, in a way, being unique in this galaxy. But honestly, what does that even mean? You flit in and out of other people's lives, there one minute, gone the next, always moving from friend to friend. You are, for all intents and purposes, a virtual non-entity, a bland point-of-view vector, a neutral second-person narrator, barely coming into the picture. A retiring entity expressing only a simple, one-dimensional desire for friendship. But just about now, you feel that things have gone pretty far. And just about now, you feel that you've had about enough. Enough of arrogant highbloods. Enough, in fact, of short-wavelength hemotypes carelessly and without compunction killing and maiming and exploiting those of longer wavelengths. Of a survival of the fittest regime that seems to come down to survival of the most violent psychopaths. Is this a moral universe, or is it not? You ask yourself. Are repulsive cruelty and sickening evil punished in this universe, or are they not? Does an ethical force operate in this universe, or does it not? You don't know the answer to these questions, but you do know one thing. You intend to depart for once from your one-dimensional persona. You intend to punish repulsive cruelty and sickening evil if it comes within your ability to do so. You intend to create an ethical force field in your local region. You intend to exert some moral gravity right around where you are if you possibly can. And you realize that this odd feeling you are having seems to be drawing moral Higgs bosons out of the moral ground state. And right out of the fabric of this multicolored blood-soaked planet that heaves under your feet. You take on the aspect of Clown Sarker. Seizing 2 cans of inexpensive soft drink from where they fell from Karako's bandoliers, you shake them and pull the pins. Then, with malice aforethought, you direct the twin streams at the Sea Dwellers. Bosons. Thank you, Paige. You smell banana and strawberry as the deadly streams play upon them. Already weakened, they fall back with cries under the withering onslaught. As soon as the streams slacken, you take up 2 more cans, shake them, and deal out death to the unrighteous. You smell peach and diet root beer this time, but no pity softens your heart. You wouldn't care even if it were pineapple watermelon you were spraying on these brutes. But these fin heads are made of tougher stuff. Rallying even in the face of this intense onslaught, they push forward, and, seizing some bladed weapons from the purple blood pool, advance upon you. Not one step back, you vow to the memory of Carico Piero. You stand your ground in desperation, grabbing some cans of diet tonic water and club soda and opening up your batteries once again, but to no avail. A trident pierces you to the bone, followed by a scimitar, a tomahawk, a short spear, and so many other bladed weapons that the sheer weight of them drives you to the ground, where your red, precious blood flows in moderate streams, mixing with the purple blood of your proto-friend. This is the end, you realize, but you are glad you died in righteous battle. You are glad you created even the tiny, sputtering, temporary moral force field in your local region that you did. You can feel your life and narrative point of view slipping away, but you are content. Yet what's that you see above you now? A dark space has opened up, even darker than the night sky, and 2 stiff-looking winged figures are descending. They land next to you, and gently place their stiff hands under you. Then they ascend once again, lifting you higher and higher into the darker space. As you pass the boundary of the heavenly carnival, your life seems to revive within you, and as the fabric of the place closes around you and the 2 stiff mannequins place you on a carousel horse next to Carico, you realize that planets, universes, dimensions, realities, powers, principalities, and cosmos come and go, but friendship is forever.
Shh, friendship.
No!
Does this count as a good end? I don't think it does.
No,
We're friends,
it
but we're
doesn't.
dead.
Yeah, can we go back to that choice we made that led to us dying? I don't think this counts.
Yeah, let's just not have a fight.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's
be
grab
chill.
him by his non-existent coattails.
Yeah. You leap forward and grab Carico by the coattails, or by his belt. You aren't actually sure what a coattail is. Jesus, he's strong. You can barely hold him. It's like trying to restrain a small truck. His legs rotate wildly, kicking up a cloud of dust, and he brandishes his bladed weapons wildly in the direction of the Sea Dwellers. After a startled moment in which they jump backwards, the Sea Dwellers have started to laugh again, coming up with more stupid insults and fish puns. This is not helping. Carico runs twice as hard, honks twice as loud, shakes his weapons twice as threateningly. Hey, hey! You shout at Carico, trying to be heard above the fracas, holding on with all your might and digging in your heels. You have half a mind to just let him go, to pay the Sea Dwellers back for their insults, but you try to keep a cool head. You're doing your proto-friend much more good trying to restrain his wrath. You've now succeeded in wrapping your arms all the way around him, and now you get in front of him, holding him back with straight arms, bellowing soothingly into his face and trying to avoid the bladed weapons he is brandishing. But it's not working. You can see from the contorted features, the bared teeth, the distended nostrils with smoke coming out, the blazing eyes, that Carico is getting more and more enraged. And suddenly his rage seems to reach a kindling point. His body vibrates violently, his eyes grow huge and round. And suddenly, from his body, something like a nuclear blast pressure wave of fear and violence sends you flying through the air like a scrap of paper in a gale. What the fuck? Are you hallucinating?
Turns out he was a charged weapon.
But you can see as you soar up above the path that the sea dwellers aren't laughing anymore. In fact, they're screaming in terror and fleeing wildly, blundering into razor leaves, being impaled by spring thorns and burned by pod acid, and generally retrieving the stern retribution that awaits assholes. Good. Then your head collides with a tree branch, and you are rendered unable to narrate for a while. Dots.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had to let him charge up first, of
Yeah.
course.
It's like shaking a can of soda!
Exactly. You just wiggle it around a little bit, it doesn't do shit. You gotta really build up that pressure.
And nothing builds up pressure like horrible classist bullying.
Yeah. You wake up lying in the dust. Excuse me. As consciousness returns, you realize that you're lying on the path. And as it returns further, that a small clown-painted figure is seated next to you, quite calm now. He smiles fondly as he sees you sit up.
I forgot it was this character for a minute. Because their lines are very few and far between. Honk!
You smile in return. You express relief that he realizes you are acting in his best interests, holding him back from the fin heads. And now, though largely because of his unexpected burst of clown sorcery, or whatever that was, everything has turned out for the best.
You're so adorable.
Love him. Karika holds up his arms for a hug, but then remembering the bladed weapons in his belt, sticks out his hand. You shake it warmly. Oh, what a fucking gremlin!
I love him.
I
He
love
seems a
him.
bit big in comparison to us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, they could be running with the headcanon that, you know, the Purple Bloods are born bigger, or are bigger. That's one I've seen around.
Yeah.
But I like him. He's cute.
You precious.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, that was
He's a
volumes
good boy.
13 and 14.
Yeah. How many do we have left?
15,
15.
16, 17, 18, 19.
All right.
I can't count. How many is that?
Oh my god, what? 5. Can't believe you just asked us to do a math.
Kariko is small in Hiveswap Act 2. Little
Alright,
boy
that's what you
confirmed.
I can't believe you just small spoilered us.
Hey. I was gonna say something, I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was an acceptable spoiler, though.
Mm.
Oh man, we got some interesting folks next time. Got a big clown, another clown. I like clowns. We should have clowns for the next. Yeah, so we only have 5 left. We could knock this out in 3, maybe 2 streams.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Alright, and then it's on to Act 2.
Yeah.
And then after that, probably reading Homestuck.
Yeah, Homestuck, and then the epilogues, and then Pester Quest.
Yeah.
Because boy, I've been itching for a Pester Quest replay.
When we're in this for the long haul.
Oh yeah.
God, I love Homestuck so much.
Yeah. Even when we end Hiveswap Friendsim, Homestuck Mondays will go on.
Yeah. I estimate a couple months.
Yeah.
Alright. Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah.
So, like, there are some you haven't befriended then?
Oh yeah, I haven't actually played through all of it. Huh. Apparently,
There are two of the exact same symbol.
the Dark Carnival was the good ending for Kariko.
False.
It's the only one with a
False.
with an achievement, huh?
Nope, that's not
Oh,
true.
and we didn't get Chixie's alternate ending.
Oh, alright.
That one's
I
sad,
didn't
though.
know. Oh, I don't want it then.
Only happiness for
Yeah.
Chixie.
And don't worry, everyone. I'm getting together the resources I need for that 1 hour Malik only stream.
Hell yeah.
I love him. So far, who's like you guys' favorite troll? I like all the ones that tend to be on the rebel side. Like I like Tizius a lot too.
Yeah.
I think Barry was. I like the ones that are just kind of chill. We talk about the world and that's it. That's the root.
Yeah.
I like the chill guys.
I like Sarava and Cuprum and Follicle because they're gremlins.
Yeah. I liked Boulder. Boulder.
Yeah,
That joke
Boldir
was
is
cool.
cool. Um,
Oh,
I liked the concept of our memaganda friend. She's pretty
yeah.
gremlin.
Yeah.
And of course, all of the clowns, because I'm a sucker for clowns. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I love
You're
them.
a juggalo.
I
You're a
am.
juggalo, and that's okay.
Well, thank you everybody for coming out this fine Monday. Uh,
Yeah.
like I said, we do Homestuck Mondays, so we'll be back again next week with more Hiveswap. Um, Craig and I started Hylix the other day. I'm adoring that game. It's a claymation and it looks really cool, and I highly recommend the VODs. Yeah, man, I would love to.
Expect that every Sunday.
I would love to buy some followers. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Get out
wow.
of
Definitely
my
not
chat.
lame at
Shoo.
all.
Shoo.
And let's also. Shit.
There's also the Twitter. You can see what else we might be streaming throughout the week. The Planetaria, like I mentioned before. We also upload our VODs onto YouTube. The link is down below as well. And
Got our apps up on the screen now. Or should.
Hmm.
In just a mo. And, yeah, check us out there. We stream most of the week.
Yeah.
You can find us doing something, or check out our VODs, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a shortage of content of us.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff now.
We do a lot of shit. But, till
I
next
hope you
time,
like
everybody.
seeing us.
Yeah.
Safe travels.
Take care. Bye.
See you in the stars.